Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast are my co-hosts, Rebellious D and Trav. How you fellas doing today?
We here,
Ready,
baby.
man. What's going on, Captain?
Hey,
All day.
I'm doing good. And today is Wednesday, and y'all know what it is. It is a Loki review, episode 5, Journey into Mystery. And before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
Podcast in the description. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel.
That's right.
All
That's
four
right.
things. All
Hey,
four
Right.
things.
All.
Hey, Trav, I thought you was a part of the Four Horsemen.
Oh,
or-
he started
or
throwing it up.
I didn't know if you was part of Fortune
He
4.
does
Fortune
remind,
four,
he does
yeah,
remind
exactly.
me of Arn Anderson. Uh-huh.
Hey, Trav, yeah, I can
Trav.
see Arn Anderson and
I
Trav.
can too.
All right, yeah.
So D, who would you be? Would you be Tully, Barry,
Jesus.
Come on.
Oli,
This man
Good
said
on- I'm
Barry.
good on the rest of those guys. Those guys are
Crispin
Barry,
Wallace?
come on, bro.
Crispin Wallace. pretty sweet.
Luger?
Ooh, Lex.
Oh.
Sting, man. I just want to stand up in the rafters.
I
With the
wouldn't.
vulture.
I wouldn't recommend Sting because they set your boy.
They did set him up.
Hey,
What do
but
you
no,
mean?
but look, well, if D is Sting, then that means that he teams up with RoboCop at Capital Punishment. So
Bro, he said
Oh, wow.
RoboCop.
But okay, I got one question. The Sting that's still wrestling now is that's Sting. That's
no,
the
this,
name.
that's the
That's Steve, baby.
they replaced
That's
him.
Steve.
there's
Did they
two
really
Stings.
replace him?
Yeah, there's two Stings.
I thought-
just
No,
like
really.
there's two Ultimate
Stop
Warriors.
playing it.
Just like there's two
there's
There's only
Eminems,
one.
two Avril Lavigne's.
It's two of everything. Hey, in
Jesus.
WWE,
Is it a variant?
hey, in WWE, you had fake Diesel and
Yeah.
fake Razor,
That's right.
while the real ones were in WCW.
Jesus.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get into Loki. Everybody's been waiting, including us, because we've been rambling and snowballing before we got into doing this
That's
review.
what we do
But
here.
but yeah, episode 5.
Mhm.
Last week's episode, we're left off with seeing the different variants of Loki, and we got to see what they were all about. Like my favorite was classic Loki, because that's the Loki
Yeah.
that I remember from the comics, from
Oh yeah.
the old cartoons and stuff like that. And when I say old cartoons, I'm not talking like 70s, 80s. I'm talking about when I was a kid in the 90s. I got to put that out there
Mhm.
because sometimes people will think that what did they say, Trav, when we did the He-Man reaction video? They thought we were in our 40s or 50s. I was just like, dang, we ain't that
Mhm.
old. Sheesh. But no, I love the classic Loki. And D, who was your favorite out of the 4 Loki that they showed? Or 5? Was it 5? Yeah,
Hey, we got a lot more than 5 after a while, but I'm
we got
riding
a
with
couple of them.
I'm rolling with alligator Loki, bro. It's my guy.
Okay.
He was mean, he was vicious, and he was little. You know
Hey.
what I'm saying?
That's
I
what
like
she said.
He's
Yay.
chilling in the kiddie pool.
Yes, he was. Chilling. Trav,
Who
who
was
was
your
your fave?
Hey, what's it called? Kid Loki, bro, he got it going on. My man had the electro cooler high C, sipping on the throne, bro.
Oh yeah, he was chilling.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. No, it was just cool seeing all of them and hearing how they got into the void and just seeing like their backstories and everything. Like you had the one who had Thor's hammer, and his universe, like he was saying that he killed this person, killed that
Thor.
person, but it's just like he was over exaggerating everything. And then you had Kid Loki, who was like he killed Thor, and like that's the reason why they had to reset that timeline, because he wasn't supposed to kill Thor. And then you had classic Loki, and when he told his story, he said that he hid from Thanos and made a clone of himself, and then he went into hiding. And then as soon as he was ready to come out of hiding, because he grew old and he wanted to see if anybody still cared about him, the timekeepers, TVA, they showed
pulled
up,
up.
they
Shot him.
snapped their fingers and put him right in the void. Now, I want to ask you this. I'll start with you, Trav. Do you think that classic Loki, do you think that his timeline where Thanos killed him, do you think it's on the same time as the Avengers timeline the current timeline that we have in the MCU? Or do you think that it was a different timeline in general and this was just a different Thanos that was going to kill him? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it has to be that, right? Because this man's like 30 or 40 years older than the Loki we got now. So I feel like their time's ahead of our time or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I try not to. Honestly, I really try not to think too much about some of the stuff that Marvel be doing because then it gets real confusing and not making sense and all that stuff. And I just kind of like to leave it.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it is just like there's different. It's like branches, you know, on a family tree kind of scenario. Like in his timeline, he took a different path that was longer because he hid from Thanos, and it just kept running on. And you know, you saw how old he was. Yeah. Whereas Kid Loki got snatched up early because he killed Thor as a kid. Mm-hmm. So it was just, I don't know. It's the variant tree, bro. It's not
the variant tree.
Don't wrap your head around it. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm. So. And then, I mean, like, and it's cool that we were able to see these different Lokis because we kind of get a snippet of them. I believe it was in episode 2 when Mobius, he shows like all of the different variant Lokis and whatnot. And, you know, something that's interesting too, and this is kind of jumping ahead. Well, I mean, it is what it is, but
I was gonna say that's what we always do.
Hey, let's do this.
In the first episode when Mobius is trying to, you know, find the variant that is going through all of the different times and whatnot, and they're in that church, and then you see that demon in the glass and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And remember, people were just like, okay, it's Mephisto. Like, that's who. That's it. Did I say his name right? It's Mephisto, right?
Yep.
Because I remember when we did a review, I kept saying Mobius once.
Yeah. Nah, you called him Morpheus.
Morpheus. There we go.
Matrix.
But no, like people were saying it was Mephisto, and I still don't think that, you know, that had anything to do with Mephisto. I'm pretty sure that people are saying that it's Mephisto that's inside of that citadel that they're going to go to. And it's just like, it's not. It's like y'all been saying this since WandaVision that Mephisto is showing up. And like, luckily it kind of died down when we got to Falcon and Winter Soldier. But I mean, they kind of made fun of like people spreading rumors in that show when like they was just like, Cap's on the moon. Cap was on the moon, so nobody knew where he was.
Who's Jonathan Majors playing in
Kang the Conqueror?
Oh yeah. No, Kang the Conqueror is
that's a dude from Lovecraft. Right?
Are you sure Jonathan Majors is Kang? I thought Kang was Christian Bale.
No. I can't remember who Christian Bale is playing, but no, he's playing Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, okay.
We talked about this last week when we was talking about like the Fantastic Four because
you're right. Okay.
But no, but I mean, I thought that this was a cool episode. I mean, just seeing the different Lokis. We end up seeing President Loki, and like he has his old entourage and whatnot. And then
Loki.
We had the huge dark shadow cloud. What was it? Eliath? Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
Eliath. I think it's Liath or Eliath.
Eliath. So what that reminded me of? It reminded me of a couple of things.
That one time Galactus showed up and he was a cloud.
No. It reminded me. I don't know if you guys remember Pirates of Dark Water.
No question. Had to collect the artifacts. You don't remember that, Trav?
No, I don't remember that.
Hey, Google it when you done.
That's something we got to review because it was a good show. I think it was only like 7 to 10 episodes, and it got canceled.
Man, good. Yeah. It was good, man. Ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time, man. And but that's what the cloud reminded me of, except that it was a cloud, and also it reminded me of the cave from Aladdin, the tiger cave. I don't know why, because of the mouth.
Cave of Wonders.
The Cave of Wonders, but like Trav, how did you feel about like the Eliath and that thing being the thing that pretty much erased you once you came to the void?
Yeah.
I've
just been kind of praising the show the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was just kind of goofy to me, but I guess this whole show is goofy. So I mean, I don't know, dude. But what's it called? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm hoping once they get to the final boss, you know, this next episode, it's a little bit cooler than that situation.
Yeah, I thought it was a little lackluster. I think everybody would have liked something a little more physical or fleshed out. Kind of looks like a cop out to me, you know what I'm saying? Let's run from the dust cloud.
I don't even understand how it works. It like goes
absorbs
you and it absorbs matter.
It's like the thing from what's the name of that Final Fantasy spirits with it?
Yeah.
Oh, you saying the spirit? I'm thinking about Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that weird.
Yeah,
that
but
weird,
Sin too. It is kind of like Sin.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what Sin was doing. I mean, like it was pretty much just scooping people up. Yeah. I'm trying to think like what other movies where it's like, or movies or TV shows.
I told
where it's
you.
It's a class. I guess what The Mist.
That Stephen King movie where they
The
had
Mist?
to go like out. Yeah, The Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I agree. It was cool seeing that Mobius was still alive.
Oh man,
what?
Bro, tell me that wasn't a Pizza Planet car, bro.
It was where he was driving it.
And the new Monsters Inc. What I forgot what the name of the show's called. Dropped today too.
Oh, for real?
Oh, sick! I saw that.
Monsters at Work. That's what it's called. Monsters at Work. That dropped today too. So I kind of feel like they lined this up on purpose or something.
Of course. Hey, you know how Disney is, man.
Hey, they keep it moving.
They keep it moving, like Dee said. But no,
Lightning McQueen,
like
baby.
It was cool seeing that Mobius is still alive. I mean, we knew that he was going to be alive since, Loki was still alive. And, when you go to the void, you necessarily don't die. It's like you just have to try and outrun this cloud thing in order to stay alive. And I thought it was cool. Like, he came rolling through. He saved Sylvie. And, she was able to see that she could read the cloud's mind and, like, enchant it. And I thought it was cool just having all the Lokis work together to try and stop this thing. And we see how powerful the classic Loki is and like how he can make these huge illusions and whatnot. I think because, this cloud kind of reminded me of Godzilla as well. He should have just made like a giant King Kong or something like that and just had them, like the two clouds duke it out. That wouldn't have been dumb. I don't know why I was thinking.
Anything they would have done would have been dumb, to be honest with you.
I thought, what about
kind
a giant
dumb
vacuum?
Idea. Huh?
What about a giant vacuum?
A giant vacuum. That's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, they could
cloud vacuum.
They could have went that route. Also too, I thought it was funny when Sylvie was interrogating Renslayer and they had Miss Minutes there, and like Miss Minutes was making those faces. She was trying to stall for time.
She was nervous.
Then the TVA, the officers, they showed up, and then she just pretty much put herself in the void after she found out what she needed to find out. And it's just gonna be interesting to see like what happens next week because Renslayer, she knows something, what I'm saying, and she's keeping it close to the heart, you know what I'm saying?
See, I think it's the opposite. I think she knows nothing and wants to know something.
Yeah, that's what they hinted at. She's trying, like, she's not working with them. She's not willing to work with them, but she wants to try and figure out what it is, who's behind everything.
For sure. I don't think she knows anything, dude, to be honest with you.
It's very strange.
think she just doesn't want to get caught and get in trouble and then get voided out.
Get voided, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because they are erasing you.
So what do you guys think is going to happen when they get to the Citadel? Like, do you think that the person that's going to be in there is going to be somebody familiar, or do you think that it's going to be somebody new?
What if it's a Wizard of Oz situation where it's just a little dude behind a curtain?
That wouldn't shock me. As stupid as that sounds.
On last week's episode, I mean, when we saw the Time Masters and they were just robots, like I thought somebody was going to pop out and be like, "It was me all along." Like, what if it's Agatha?
How would Jesus? How would y'all feel if Miss Minutes was the voice of whoever's collecting it or whoever's running everything?
I honestly have no idea. Dude.
I don't know what they're gonna do to wrap this thing up.
And I'm sure that there's people online saying it's Mephisto. That's what they're saying. Like,
I think that they are hinting like the little things with Mephisto here and there. I think he's a big possibility for Doctor Strange too. Outside of that, dude, I don't think it happens. Just because he does have something to do with Wanda and her children. So they're actually supposed to be a part of Mephisto, comic book wise.
They are.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out like who is this person that is just controlling all the times, and like why didn't the it's not the ancient one, is it? That was in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's the ancient one. The white lady.
Okay. Yeah,
with the bald head.
So she was the ancient one. Yeah, like how didn't she know about this? Because remember in Avengers Endgame, she showed the different timelines.
See, this is why I don't even ask questions.
Well, the thing is, even if I think they don't give away everything that they see, like Doctor Strange when he did it. I think he doesn't do it to affect the current timeline. The more you tell, the more you're more likely to affect your own timeline, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that how time travel and all that stuff works?
It's kind of I mean, because I'm pretty sure, like, to piggyback off of what you just said about Doctor Strange, I'm pretty sure, like, in one of the timelines, like, he saw that, Loki was going to escape and he was supposed to meet up with the TVA and all this stuff. I mean, it's like Trav said, it's just like the more that you deep dive into stuff,
for sure.
That's how you find out that Mephisto is the one that's pulling the strings from everything.
It's just weird, though. What's the end game? Not to cut you off, Banks, but whoever's controlling it all, what's the end game?
That's I mean, like, are they going to?
Do they just want to control everything? Like, are they just that? It's just a weird situation.
Watch it be another Loki variant.
I was thinking that too. I mean, honestly, I feel like that Sylvie is going to betray Loki. Because it's kind of funny when Loki was saying, I've never loved. He said, I betrayed everyone that I loved. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And because she is a variant of him, and Loki is finally starting to love other people because he's trying to change who he used to be. I mean, she's still a variant of him, so she can betray him, and like that's kind of how they have their falling out, and they become, not rivals, but what is it? Not frenemies, I guess.
Rivals.
Yeah, something like that.
But Banks, I just want to say, I want to piggyback off what you're saying. I think that it might be a possibility she tries to pull the Loki trick, like where he made Thor think he was dead in the second movie.
Yeah.
And then she's really alive, and she could be controlling the city somewhere or something.
Right.
You just don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's a huge possibility, actually. Just like if you think about how much the show focuses around variants of Loki, it's not that crazy to think that it could be another Loki pulling the strings.
Yeah,
it's just a little weird and it's not sasatisfying at all if they go.
I don't think anything they do is going to be satisfying at this point.
Well, it's just a weird situation. That's what I mean. Like, who's it gonna be?
Something else that I was thinking of too is that Loki at the end of the day, he's a villain, and one of the things that I had mentioned when I went to watch the Cruella movie was that the entire time that I watched it, it's like I never felt bad for her because it's like they never tried to make you care for her because we know who she is. And with this, it's like I feel like it's kind of the same thing. It's like even though we saw the classic Loki and all of them, it's just like the only reason why they're working together is because they're not trying to die. But at the end of the day, it's like they're all still villains. Like if one of them had to give somebody up to,
they betrayed each other at the big meetup. Remember?
Yeah,
they started all pointing knives and swords and everything at each other. So,
I mean, it can happen. I can see Sylvie doing that. I mean, let us know in the comments what you think is going to happen. Who do you think is in the Citadel? Do you think it's Mephisto? Do you think it's another Loki? Do you think it's Michael? I mean, just let us know.
Hey, it's probably Mike.
It could be Moby.
Hey, that would be the most satisfying one of all. Mike.
He was just like, it was me all along. but yeah, D, what is your final rating for this episode?
I'm gonna give this one an 8. It's probably the best episode so far to me, hands down. Really enjoyed the variant war that they had, and Alligator Loki. Shout out to him. Hope I can get a T-shirt with him.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Loki and Sylvie were sharing that tablecloth, as she called it. So good episode.
Just to let you know, that's the same alligator that killed Captain Hook at the end of Hook.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, I thought you was gonna say that's the same alligator that took Homeboy's hand from Happy Gilmore.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey. I mean,
is that why they pulled him?
A different variant. I mean, and I was thinking of a different alligator too. What's the alligator that's on the Hanna-Barbera alligator? I'm mad I can't remember his name. He has a pink hat.
I can't think of that right now.
I can't remember his name, but I mean, like that's a possibility too.
Yeah, that's a deep dive right there.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
I'm pretty sure. Hey, you see, I don't even remember his name, but I'm pretty sure some people are like alligator with a pink hat. Like,
I remember him, but
I remember. I'm not gonna give you the name.
Hey, a lot of them Hanna-Barbera characters, you really only knew the popular ones. You knew
for sure.
Flintstones,
correct.
Jetsons,
like the Jetsons, Top Cat, Secret Squirrel.
Was Pink Panther also Hanna-Barbera?
No, Pink Panther wasn't Hanna-Barbera. Snagglepuss, Huckleberry Hound.
What's your boy's
Huckleberry
name,
Ham,
dude?
bro.
It was like the dude that was like He-Man. What was that guy's name? He had the rhino with the 8 legs.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I can't think.
He was a part of Harvey Birdman's crew.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a
the
throwback.
whatchamacallit, the something Lloyds or something.
Yeah, and he had the two the gummies.
The
It was like the
gummies,
dad
yep,
gummy
uh-huh.
and the kick.
Gummies.
I can't
Yes.
remember it. Trav,
Great
give us your,
cartoon, man.
Give us your rating, and I'm going to look up those things because I can't remember what they were called.
I've liked every episode since then.
Yeah.
I just thought I liked the train, what happened on the train and the action and that a lot more than fighting a cloud.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dock it because of that. So I'm gonna give this episode a 7.
Okay.
But again, I've enjoyed every episode. I mean, but I could watch Tom Hiddleston all day.
I mean, dude, he's good.
I mean,
Lucky
he's
for
so
them, he's
good.
good. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, so I mean, I know people think it's boring and ain't much happening, but I'm satisfied just watching him talk.
He's actually really good.
yeah,
to be-
I mean, when I see him, it makes me want to go watch that the Godzilla. I mean, the King Kong movie, Skull Island.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
know
he
that's
was-
a variant too because
Yeah, that's a
Brie
variant.
Larson's in there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now what's funny is Trav, like as soon as you started talking, I was just like, was it called the Herculoids? And then like as soon as I
Is
typed
that it? What it's called?
it was the Herculoids.
Yeah,
Yep.
good. Hey, great cartoon, man.
Yeah,
Trav, you
same
just go
thing.
look at them. The gummy people, they talk weird.
Hey, I'm a check.
Yeah, because you had the Herculoids, you had Harvey Birdman, and you had Space Ghost.
You gotta
I
say it
remember
right.
Harvey
Birdman.
Of course, bro. Once Space Ghost is cool, but Space Ghost Coast to Coast is where it's at, bro. Space
Oh, no
Ghost
question.
on the
But
talk
Space
show,
Ghost.
and Bork.
Harvey
what's his name?
Birdman, attorney at law.
No,
Hey,
what's the homeboy from
Brat.
Space Ghost? Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Borat.
That show's fire too.
But
Hey,
I
did
know.
Did y'all
I
watch
know-
Bird Girl?
No.
It
I
wasn't.
did. I've seen it. I'm
it
good
wasn't
on
that good, man.
I'm good on that. But I was gonna say, I will say, what's his name? Ghostman. What's his name?
Ghost Man.
No.
Anti Private Eye.
No. What was the guy we were just talking about? Space Ghost.
Oh,
Yeah, he had some of
Okay.
this. I used to love when he used his wristbands.
Yeah.
Got all the
I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna
buttons
start
up there.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start calling
You
him
can turn
Ghost
him
Man.
Man.
Yo, so
Ghost Man.
this is the
Hey,
funny
Dead
thing
Man.
because by the time we were watching Space Ghost, it's like
Mhm.
Batman the animated series was already out. So
Oh yeah.
when
bro,
I
for
first saw
sure.
Space Ghost, I was just like, why is Batman in space? Like, why doesn't he have the ears and everything? And I was so confused, but
Jesus, Banks.
but to reel this back in because we snowballed into Hanna-Barbera territory, and I
Yes,
think
we
that
did.
it would be cool to do a Hanna-Barbera episode. But for me, I'm sticking
What
with
you
Trav on this one. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a good episode. It was definitely awesome seeing the different.
You didn't
Loki.
like Galactus?
I did not like D. There you go. That's exactly what it reminded Galactus from the Fantastic
Yeah, you said
Four.
that earlier.
Yeah, I was
Oh
like,
my
what?
God.
What
I
is
didn't
why I
hear what he
That's
said.
why I started laughing
I
because
didn't
it's
hear
just,
when he said that earlier.
oh,
But
bro,
no.
it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, the
Terrible.
cloud. Oh my God. But
Yeah.
I mean, but this cloud was better because at least we kind of saw the face in the Rise of the Silver Surfer. Like,
like
all
his
you just saw,
shadow.
you saw his you saw his silhouette, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's Galactus. But it was just a cloud. But yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. I can't wait to see like what's going to happen on the final episode, and then after that, the next Marvel project we're supposed to be getting is Marvel What Ifs, and I'm looking forward to that because
Oh yeah, no question.
that was the last thing that Chadwick Boseman did with Marvel before he passed away. Rest in peace. So I'm looking forward to that. So hop in the comments, let us know what you thought about this week's episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you looking forward to the season finale? I know some people who haven't even started Loki yet, and that is understandable because it is not as popular as WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, but it's still an okay show. I'll say that much about it. And with that being said, thank you for watching this week's review. D, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
That's gonna be rebellious _D23 at Instagram.com. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Trav.
And that's right. That's the only way to do it. And you can find your boy on Instagram at ZK Audio. And you can follow me over on the Twitter at TRAVIOSCK. And of course, man, Galactus has showed up.
Oh.
Where we gonna get a hero at?
Hey, you better call Lawrence Fishburne, and and if you don't get that reference, then
Oh,
you ain't never
Lord.
seen.
Good old
Fantastic Four.
Larry.
Yeah, you ain't never seen
Oh,
Fantastic Four,
geez.
Rise of the Silver Surfer. But you can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at King Benji _Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this week's review of Loki. We'll see you next week when we do the final review for Loki. And make sure that you check out some of our other video reviews, our interviews, our reaction videos, all the good stuff that we have here on the channel. And like D always says, podcast link is down in the description. Keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.